Good afternoon, students. In the last lecture, we have dealt with the structure of ovule, that is megasporangium. Now we will deal with types of ovules today. Now all of you know, in flowering plants, that is angiosperm, the ovule is located inside the portion of the flower called as gynoecium. The ovary of the gynoecium produces one or more ovules and ultimately becomes the fruit wall. Ovules are attached to the placenta in the ovary through a stalk-like structure known as funiculus. Now there is a cord called as funiculus also, and in plural it is called as funiculae. Plant structure that develops into a seed when fertilized in angiosperms, that is flowering plants. One or more ovules are enclosed by the ovary. The style is the long tube that attaches the stigma to the ovary. Sperm from the pollen wall travel down this tube to the ovules. The ovules or eggs are stored in the ovary until they are fertilized. Plants can only fertilize eggs of the same species. Keep in mind that plants can only fertilize the eggs belonging to the same species. The ovule is a part of the female reproductive organ in seed plants. It is the place where female reproductive cells are made and contained, and it is what eventually develops into a seed after fertilization, only for the seed to then ripen and produce a complete adult plant. Ovules are contained in ovaries at the bottom of a vase-like structure, that is the carpel, which has a neck called as style and an opening at the top called as stigma. There are 6 kinds of plant ovule based on their shapes. Now, first is orthotropous, second cercinotropous, third anatropous, next is hemianatropous, then amphitropous and campylotropous. Now we will see each one in detail. Now first type, it is orthotropous ovule. This type of ovule, it is also called as atropous. Now here you can see that the body of the ovule is straight. Now here you can see the micropyle, the funicle and chalaza. These are in a straight line. Now they lie on the same plane, or it is lie on the forming a straight line. That's why it is called as orthotropous ovule. For example, Piper, Polygonum and Cycas. Now second type, it is the anatropous ovule. Now this type of ovule, here the ovule is completely inverted during the development and the microbile ends up close to the hilum. Here you can see that the ovule, it is completely inverted, and ovule is bent by 180 degree from funicle and micropyle comes to the hilum. Now here you can see the position of hilum and micropyle. They are lying on the same plane or they come close together. Okay. Now anatropous ovules are the ovules that are completely inverted on its stalk. Now here this is the stalk and this ovule, it is completely inverted. The point of attachment of the funicle with the body of the ovule is known as hilum. Now this is the hilum, which extends above in the form of a ridge called as raphe also. Now here you can see the raphe. Nucellus consists of parenchymatous cell. Now this is the nucellus. Integuments remain disconnected at the point, and that is the one point forming a passage called as micropyle. This is the micropyle or micropylar end. Embryo sac consists of antipodals. Now these are the antipodals. The secondary antipodal cells here. Now the two synergids are there, one egg cell and one secondary nucleus. Now these completely form the embryo sac. Now third type, it is the hemianatropous. Now from the name itself, hemi means half and tropous means turn. That means here the ovule, it is half turn. Okay. Now here in hemianatropous, the ovule looks like it's lying on its side because it is having a right angle to the funicle. Now here you can see the funicle and it is the ovule, and they are forming right angle to each other. Here the body of the ovule is placed transversely or somewhat at right angle to the funicle, and chalaza and microbile are present here in one straight line. Now here you can see the microbile and chalaza, and they are lying on the same plane or in one straight line. For example, ranunculus. Now next is the compylotropous ovule. Now in this type, the body of the ovule is bent that the chalaza and microbile, now here this is the chalaza and microbile, they are not longer aligned, and also the embryo sac has only a slight curve. Now here you can see that the embryo sac, it is having a slight curve. Body of the ovule is curved such that micropyle and chalaza lie on either side of the funicle. Compylus means here curved. Now you can keep in mind that here the position of the ovule is curved. Here the body of the ovule is curved in such a way that the chalaza and the micropyle do not lie in the same straight line. For example, in Leguminosae family, here comes Leguminosae under the pea, bean. Okay, these plants comes under the family Leguminosae, and this group of plants you will see such type of ovule, that is compylotropous ovule. Now here next is the amphitropous. Now here the ovule is horseshoe shaped. Now due to the curvature of its body and the embryo sac. Now here you can see that the ovule, it is curved so that it appears like a horseshoe shaped structure. In this type of ovule, the funicle is adnate to the ovule proper for about half of its length, and the micropyle faces laterally. Therefore, the ovule is placed right angle to its funicle. Okay. Now you can see it is so curved that it is appearing as a horseshoe shaped structure. For example, in Butomaceae family, you can see such type of ovule, that is amphitropous or transverse ovule. Now the last one, that is Cercinotropous ovule. Here a very long funicle almost completely encircles the ovule. Now you can see here the funicle, it is enclosing or encircling the ovule, and the micropyle is pointing up, and the ovule is bent by means of 360 degrees Celsius. This type of ovule is orthotropous in young condition, but due to elongation of funicle becomes slightly inverted, and funicle cover the total ovule because of unilateral growth of the funicle. Now here you can see that the funiculus, it is completely surrounding the ovule. Now such type of ovule, it is known as Cercinotropous ovule. Now we will deal with the functions of ovule. Now ovule plays a vital role in sexual reproduction. Once a pollen grain lands on the stigma of a flower of its same species, it sends out a pollen tube down through the style. This tube then enters the ovary and reaches the ovule of the plant. Once that occurs, fertilization can arise as the nucleus of the pollen grains is sent down the tube to merge with the nucleus in the embryo sac. Now you can note that the male alternative to the ovule is pollen, which contains the male gametophyte. In this way, we have studied the types of ovules in detail.